FROGMAN YouTube channel. We're back for Fire Force Volume 31 by Atsushi Okubo, also known as the creator of Soul Eater. This is Volume 31 inside of Omnibus number 11. Before we begin, I want you to notice the notes in these books here, the omnibus in my hand and the last two single volumes of Fire Force right there. Just a sneaky peeky. The notes are different. There are only two colors in this one and only one color in the other two books. That is because the noting scheme has changed and the way that I want to do my videos has changed. Every orange note you see in these volumes indicates the beginning of a new chapter, while the pink one in the middle indicates where this omnibus splits the two volumes inside. So you may say, without all the notes, how am I going to retain the information? I promise every chapter being noted with a number helps me retain it just as well. And I want to, while reviewing this volume, slowly go through it again, refresh my memory. I've only read this just a few days ago. I'll refresh my memory and I'll share with you my favorite moments, the favorite parts of the story. And I also want to talk about some of the paneling and just manga wise, how some of these things are done and how this story is told. This is essentially the finale of Fire Force. We've got 4 volumes to go. We're coming up on the end, and you can surely tell because the action has turned up to 11 for sure, and the story is ramping up to crazier and crazier heights, things that I was not expecting at all. So let's get started, slowly and surely going through volume 31. Here's one of the most badass panels in this volume, a full page spread of Arthur with the star ring and Excalibur in hand. Galaxy level Arthur? Question mark? The end of that same chapter, the first chapter in this volume, we cut to a scene with Benimaru, Conroe, and some of the civilians in Asakusa, and they are realizing that the soon coming troublesome situation is the doppelgangers, and that specifically Benimaru's is on the way. Chapter 269 has this awesome double page spread, Arthur clashing with Dragon in outer space. Can you believe it? Beautiful artwork from Okubo. Atsushi Okubo really knows how to show these characters fighting. A lot of these cool manga panels show the destruction of both characters while also landing blows on the enemy. And it is so even yet uneven that you really don't know who will come out in the end. Because every altercation they have, one character gets injured, the other character gets just as injured. It's very hard for anyone to stay on top in this battle. I do think that Arthur versus Dragon has now become one of the top shonen fights that I have read. I love this fight. I love the artwork of these characters getting blasted back by each other's attacks and the slashing skills. The things that Arthur keeps important in his mind while he fights for his friends and the protection of his friends. Here's the cliffhanger of a chapter 270 cliffhanger. Arthur remembers the readiness for death. Same thing with the press of death, and then onto the readiness for death. Calling back to training from earlier in the show is exactly what brought this fight from an 8 or a 9 to that 10. Characters powering up from remembering their training, always sick. You're always going to see that in shonen. Speaking of holy cow, look at that guy on the cover of that chapter. Stay tuned on the FROGMAN YouTube channel. Very awesome, badass, super cool double full page spread of Arthur declaring that he will end Dragon. And yet another double page spread of Dragon. He says, "You, Arthur, put an end to my long years of despair." And I think that Arthur has the gusto to do it, guys. I really think he can. Another full double page spread, Dragon blasting Arthur, cuts his arm off, cuts him in half, but yet he's still going to use his attack. Violet Earth Cleaver. It comes from the moon. It goes like a whoosh right through the middle of that earth. Cuts the earth damn near in half. That's what it looks like. Here's one of my favorite moments from this manga volume. Shinra is still in the weird pillar spider eyeball construct type thing. So this is Arthur making a proclamation to him. Well, Shinra, how long will you keep playing the devil? I have become the Night King. He's screaming at him. He's like, man, you can do better. It's all up to you now, hero, he says as he's floating through space. It's awesome how they rely on each other, these guys, and as soon as Shinra hears that, he snaps out of this thing. He breaks out of this weird pillar construct. Look at him, dude. He freaking breaks out. That's the first time we've seen Shinra in quite a while. So this is 273, I believe, chapter. This is Fairy. Fairy's able to control the moon. He grabs the moon and pulls it down to Earth, and it's the sheer weight of it's just crushing Maki here, but since Shinra popped out last chapter, you can only assume, bam, he freaking stops the moon from falling on him. He shows off those sick new tattoos he got a few arcs ago. Starting from these few chapters, these 270 chapters, the team up from Sho and Shinra has become very apparent, and it has shown that they are a very strong duo, and I think that together they will continue to unlock and achieve brand new things in this story, do very strong things, very crazy things. Speaking of very crazy things, check out this. This is one of my favorite cliffhangers of Fire Force in general, with the doppelgangers of Benimaru, Kurono. I think you got Assault back here. Oh gosh, I can't remember this one. Burns is on here. This one might be the Joker doppelganger. Could be also Captain Obi. There's a bunch of doppelgangers that come onto the planet as the cataclysm begins. A lot of cool events happen in this volume. We get the reuniting of Kurono and Nataku's son, or is it the doppelganger? So the doppelgangers almost always are led to each other, their actual human counterpart. In this case, Kurono's found himself. Cool little homage to Dragon Ball here on this cover, 277. But we keep pushing. This fight was super cool. I really like these panels of all the dark, these black shadowy masses that these two characters fight with. All the different things that Okubo is able to do and show off in this fight. Especially something like this Hydra here at the end. That's super cool, guys. That is the cliffhanger of the volume. Nataku's son and Kurono looking up at the giant eyeball in the sky, the cataclysm centerpiece with all the pillars headed up to it. Next time on Frogman YouTube channel, we're gonna read Fire Force volume 32 inside of omnibus number 11. That will be the countdown, the last 3 volumes of Fire Force, 32, 33, 34. The setup's kind of rigged up right now. Don't hate it. We ballin'. We keeping it tight over here on Frogman YouTube channel. It's been a while since that last 2 videos I uploaded. It took me a little break before reading these. It was a well worth it wait because I have thoroughly enjoyed reading the end of Fire Force. I'm excited to talk about the next volume and especially the last 2. I think the last 2 volumes of Fire Force are very strong. I've seen a lot of shonen and a lot of manga in general fumble the ending of their stories. I definitely think that Okubo stays strong from the beginning of this story all the way to the end. So stay tuned to see what I got to say. Maybe tell me what you got to say. You can subscribe, share this video. Check out the playlist down below. Got all of Fire Force reviews in one playlist. You can watch them all. I'll let you know what's coming next, man. I've got all kinds of stuff. I want to start doing Vagabond, man. I want to do One Piece, the Naruto, Bleach, all the big 3s. Dude, I want to bring that Fairy Tail on here. Here's one I've got. I've got the Eden Zero. I haven't read Eden Zero yet. I'm excited to start reading that one. I'll bring that one on here. I got the Berserk. I have not read Berserk yet. I'm excited to bring that. Let me know. Tell me what you want. I've got My Hero. I got Dragon Ball. Dude, I got all kinds of stuff. I just crossed 650 manga volumes. 650. So I'll do a collection video sometime. Comment something down below. Go support the official release. Go support Kodansha Comics. You always got to support Kodansha Comics. Viz Media Comics. We always support the official release. This is the Frogman. I'm out.